Alright, today we're going to change the transmission fluid in a 2004 Nissan Maxima 3.5 liter. It's a fairly easy procedure, so I'm going to point out a few more things you can check out while you're down there changing the fluid. Alright, here we are up underneath the vehicle. This is looking at it straight in, and always put your jack stand in place. Always put your jack stand in place. Throw some tires, some bricks, anything that'll support the weight of the vehicle, because if the jack collapses, you're not going to be able to handle it. But when you get up underneath the vehicle, you're going to see this plug right here, and that is a 10mm Allen head wrench, I believe. I haven't fitted it yet, but I got one ready to go in. I'm just going to check it and make sure. Yes, 10mm Allen head socket to go right into there. And that's where you're going to drain. So get your drain pan set up to catch that fluid, and it's just going to come pouring out of there. Now this is the updated unit. They're a little bit different on some of the earlier units, but those transmissions were known to give a lot more problems than these. And we're trying to catch a little bit of early maintenance before this unit here falls apart. It's starting to show symptoms of a hard shift from neutral into drive. So we're going to service this unit and hope for the best. But you're going to start by removing this plug, let the fluid all run out real good, and while that's draining, I'm going to come around, I'm going to check these CV boots on both sides. I'm also going to check for the bearing play, the play in the tie rod linkage, which is the linkage that actually turns the wheel. And I'm going to just get a general look for everything up underneath here while I can. I can see the motor mounts really well. I'm just going to check everything while that fluid's draining, and just make sure that this guy's doing really well. And as soon as we get this drained out, I'll be right back with you. Let her drain. Alright, so you got your drain plug back in there. You finished with your underhood inspection, and everything's just looking gravy like this one. You come here up underneath the hood, and right here you'll see is the transmission dipstick. Now on the dipstick it'll plainly tell you to use Nissan Matic fluid. The reason they're telling you that is because it needs the Nissan, special fluids. Now if you go to AutoZone, Pep Boys Advance, all them places will tell you can use the universal Castrol and stuff like that, but you're going to end up doing damage to the transmission in the long run. I highly recommend going to Nissan, getting 4 quarts of the Transmatic fluid. It's going to be $1 or so more a quart than what you were going to get at Pep Boys, AutoZone, Advance, la-di-da-di-da. But it's going to be worth it in the long run. Now this dipstick here has a locker on the bottom, so you'll have to push in with a driver right here and pull up on the housing at the same time, because right back in there is a locker, and the way you release it is by coming in right here and release the locker, pull this up, and then you'll actually physically have a dipstick. Take you a small funnel, a very clean small funnel, very clean. You put it in the hole, fill up your fluid. Then of course you'll check at the level just like any other vehicle. With the car running, you'll insert the dipstick and check the level. With the car on the ground and running, you don't want it jacked up like I've got this one here jacked up, because then of course you're going to have an improper fluid reading inside the transmission. So I'm going to put the car level on the ground, then I will check the level in the transmission, and that'll be it. I'll be all done servicing the transmission. Unfortunately, all you're going to get out of it is about 4 quarts. There's a whole lot more in there, but there's no way to get to it without doing a lot of major work, and the benefits are not going to be in your favor for doing all that work for that little bit of extra fluid. So, but I hope this helps anybody trying to change their fluid in their Nissan. Like I said, this will only work on an 04 and later. Earlier models have a different setup, and the dipstick is not located there. But any questions, give me a holler.